And now, Casey at the bat, as I eat some off-brand Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Casey at the bat. Ernest Lawrence Thayer, 1863 to 1940. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 2-4, but 1 inning left to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs a pearl in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. For a multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, that much despised, tore the cover off the ball. I wouldn't just have left them, and then all what had occurred. Covered Jimmy's every second, and Flynn a hugging third. From one right down the throat, the motor rose yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled through the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped up to the plate. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. And now, as he rubbed his hands with dirt, 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. And while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the rubber colored speed came hurling through the air, and Casey stood watching it in haunting grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. And from the benches black with people there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a scarred and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Oh, someone understand? It's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of quick sincerity, like Casey's visage sound, he stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fried!" cried the man in the audience, and echo answered, "Fraud!" And the audience was awed. They saw his face go stern cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. A sneer had gone from Casey's lip. He seized her crimson hate. He pounded cruel violence upon his back, upon his plate. Now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Up somewhere in the faded way, the sun is shining bright. The band up playing summer hush the light. From somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. But